These are nice. We're just gonna wrap it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Herbs and spices in there. Danos and that butter, damn good.
Oh damn. I see big. Oh damn. That's damn good.
What's up, y'all? Dano here, back in the Dan kitchen, doing Dan things. Today I'm gonna show you the best way to make some crab legs. So, a lot of you may know, but a lot of you probably don't know, that when you buy crab legs, the reason why they're orange like this is they've already been cooked. The crab is actually like a brown color. Crabbers, when they catch crab, they are required by law, when they bring the crab in off the boats, they have to cook it immediately, and that's why they're flash frozen. So when you cook crab legs, the process is you're just reheating them. What I'm showing you is the best way to reheat crab legs, and that is in the microwave. And what it does is it actually takes all that flavor, all that natural flavor of the crab legs, and it just keeps it right there in this little pocket that we're gonna make. Because what happens when you boil crab legs, you actually boil a lot of the flavor out and you water them down. What happens when you steam crab legs, you actually may dry them out a little bit. When you're putting all that steam on them, it actually is gonna make the meat almost a little bit dry. But what we're doing here by wrapping it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a long piece of paper towels and we're gonna get them damp, not dripping wet, just damp. And we're gonna roll these crab legs and then we're gonna roll them in plastic wrap, and what that does, it creates moisture in there. So what happens is the crab is actually cooking in its own steam. As it dethaws and thaws out while it's cooking in the microwave, it's cooking in its own little pocket of steam. So all that flavor of the crab stays in that little pocket. And the best thing about it is once they're done, you can keep them in these little pockets and just set them in a bowl here. And if you got 5 people over, you can make 5 little pockets of these crab legs, and everybody gets their own, and everybody gets to eat them at the same time, and everybody gets to open their own, and they're still hot because they'll stay hot for 30 minutes to an hour just sitting there. So check it out. I'm gonna show you how to do it real quick. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip the very tips of these off, because when we wrap it in the saran wrap, we don't want it puncturing a hole. So I just kind of clip the little toenails right off of it, just like that. The claw I'll leave alone because it's not super sharp like the other ones are on the tips. You can see, I mean, they'll stick your finger, but they'll pop right through that saran wrap. So we just cut those little tips off, just like that. And now, set these to the side here. We're going to take about 3 or 4 feet of your paper towel. I'm going to fold it up. I would do this in my sink, but I want to show you how to do it. And I'm just going to take some water. And like I said, we're just going to get these wet, not dripping wet. We just want to get them damp. So we'll just pour that water in, let it soak in. Kind of do like that. Let that moisture get in there. I need a little bit more. Because you do want them totally damp, but you just don't want them like soaking wet, dripping wet. So, because you got the frozenness of the crabs also, it's also going to release moisture as well. So you see I got it damp, not dripping, nice and damp. And in case you're wondering right now where the Danos comes into play, you just wait. The Danos and the butter, the best butter you'll ever have in your life. You should probably actually make a Danos butter, it's that good. So, just lay out your paper towel like so, and 2 clusters is all you want to put in there. And these are nice, look at those, nice and pretty. So I'm gonna put them right there, and then take the other one, set it just like that, and then we're just gonna wrap it. Pretty easy. All right, set that to the side. Now we're gonna take our plastic wrap. Sometimes I have to do it twice. Probably will, because those are pretty big crab legs, because you wanna make sure you get both ends. So lay out our 3 or 4 feet of plastic wrap here. We're gonna wrap it the same way. I'm definitely gonna have to do it twice, just like so. Now we'll do it again. Now we're gonna wrap it long ways. And this is why we cut those little claws off, as you can see, so it doesn't poke through. Well, I better cut, that's part of the big claw, I better cut that off too. Claw I'll leave alone because it's not super sharp. So you can see we don't have any sharp ends. They're still a little sharp, but we should be all right. So we just kind of roll that over like so, and you don't want it to poke through because you want to keep a nice tight wrap on it, just like that. Now these were frozen, rock solid frozen. You can still see it's still got a little ice on it. So I'm gonna give these, this is a brand new microwave, 1200 watts. I'm gonna go for 4 minutes. That should be plenty. But if they're already thawed out, you may only need to go 3, but 4 minutes in a nice new microwave should do it good. Set them in there, 4 minutes. Now we'll just do it again. Start wrapping the other ones, and then we'll have us three little packets of crab legs, and we'll be eating in about 15 minutes. All right, so I just pulled them out, and basically for me to know if they are done or not, basically I'll just kind of hold my fingers to it for just a second on a couple different sides, kind of touch one of the crab legs, and they are all piping hot. So I know that 4 minutes was good. So now, this is the main ingredient right here. We're gonna use some unsalted butter. We're gonna melt it. And how I'm gonna melt this, I'm actually gonna clarify the butter as well. So sometimes when I do this, you know, if I'm just making crab legs for myself, I don't really care about clarifying the butter. But if I'm making it for a bunch of people and I'm making a bunch of butter, it's very easy to do, and I'll show you how to do it. Basically, we're gonna get the butter melted, and you don't wanna melt it on a super high temperature. You wanna melt it on kind of a low temperature. So what happens is the fat, some of the fat, I don't even know how to explain it. That's like the solid fat or something. Some of the fat's gonna rise to the top, and we'll take our spoon and we can just kind of scrape it off. So then we'll have a butter that doesn't have all the fat in it. And so we'll just have a clarified butter, put a little Danos in it, it's gonna be fantastic. All right, so our butter's melted, and you can see right here, the fat is kind of drawn to the top. This is like the solid fats in there. And you can save this. I mean, I see people say, oh, this fat part right here is like awesome on popcorn. I bet it is if I melted like 20 sticks of butter, but there's really not a whole lot in here. But we'll just kind of scrape as much off as we can. You can see there's still some down on the bottom. That's why we got it on a low heat, because eventually it's gonna rise to the top, and then we can just scrape it all off. And like I said, usually I'm not even concerned about this. I just know that a lot of people like to do this, especially if you're cooking for a whole bunch of people and you're making a lot of butter, you might as well. But we're not gonna be too picky about it. I honestly think we can roll with it just like that. We're gonna grab the regular old Danos. You can go spicy, but I really like the original with the butter. It's just something about it. So, and you don't have to overdo it. You all see me, I'm always going like heavy on stuff. When I do the butter, I mean, butter's already good with crab. I really just put a little bit of this. I mean, when I say a little bit, it's still gonna seem like a lot because I am Dano, but check it out. And just give it like maybe three good trigger pops. Pop, pop, pop. Oh no, we're gonna go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about right. And just stir that in. Now we got us some Dano butter. I'm telling you what, look at that. Oh yeah, look at them herbs and spices in there. Yeah, Oh yeah, let's eat. All right, so now it's time to eat. So now all you need is a knife. You just run it down the little pack and cut through the paper towels and just kind of draw the, we'll let Andrew show you. Just it's still piping hot. Yeah. See, still hot. Do that. Super hot. It holds all that heat in there, and these crab legs just sit there in their own moisture. They're gonna be piping hot, just like they are fresh off the boat. This was the first pack, so this one's been sitting here for 20 minutes now, and this thing's still hot. That's the cool thing about it, is if you're having a get together, everybody gets their own. Now, I wanna show you how to actually properly crack and eat a crab leg the right way. You're gonna take, these are my favorite ones, the big leg right here, and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna kind of just twist it right off that little joint, just like that. You get a little crab come out, get a little dip right there. That's good. But here, right here, you see this little piece? We're gonna pop that off, just like that, okay? And then this is like think of it like a knee. You wanna hyperextend it and pull out the tendon, like that. Then you take your nice little thigh here and you just kind of pop it, but don't go all the way. You kind of want to be a little tentative when you do it because you don't want to tear that meat in half. And you just pull it apart just like that. And pull out your big piece of crab leg. That, my friends, oh, look at that.
I failed. But we're gonna try.
Oh, I succeeded.
Make sure you get it down in that where the Danos kind of settled to the bottom. Now I can tell you right now, Brad, the camera guy, holding the camera,
All right.
I see him drooling.
We got it. I pulled it out. We
got it.
There we go.
Oh, and then when you get to this little piece, same thing, just kind of hyperextend it back and forth, and a lot of times you get that piece to come right out, and you don't have to go digging with it. That's how it's done, my friends. I take that and then hyperextend it, and pull it all the way out, and then you just kind of break it in half, but don't, yeah.
Bugs come out of nowhere.
There you go.
Need them. Oh.
The Danos and that butter, dang good. Oh man. If you want to see more awesome content and more sprinkling of Danos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Always got awesome content coming out. Check it out. We'll see you soon. Keep sprinkling.
Oh damn. I keep it. Oh damn. That ain't good.